This is a 2019 Acura NSX. And we've driven this car before, but this one's a little bit different. They've upgraded it in minor ways, but to make it a bit more of an enjoyable machine. It was already good, but have these changes made it better? What do you think? This car is so good, and it's just gotten a little bit better, and that is fantastic. So what have we done? Well, not me. What has Acura done? On the non-dynamic side of things, they've looked at how their customers were ordering these cars, and they made the most ticked options standard, and that's cool. So now your NSX is better equipped right out of the gate. This is a lovely shade of orange, and it's complemented by this brand new blue interior, which is not how I would spec the car, but looks pretty cool. The carbon fiber trim has gone from a matte finish to a gloss finish. This one wears carbon ceramic brakes as well. Now the dynamic changes are subtle sounding, but add up to an overall better package. The tires have evolved to the 6th generation of those Continental tires. They have better wet traction and better progressivity at the limit according to Acura. Those are two things I'm not going to test today. I need to get one of these on a racetrack. So there's less of a snap oversteer instance happening here. You know where the car is at the limit. That's the idea with those tires. Because of the improved traction elements, Acura has went ahead and stiffened up the stabilizer bars front and rear as well. So the ride is a bit more controlled. Now, it was already great. It's just a few ticks better. There's been some minor engine and transmission ECU recalibration as well, but I'm not really sensing a difference there because I know that I loved driving the old one, and this one just feels like more of the same. You feel like you are connected. And you wouldn't expect to hear that from a hybrid near supercar. We have to create a new class of cars called near supercars, because the reason I'm knocking this down from full supercar level is that it's comfortable on a daily basis. You could daily drive an NSX easily. This and the 570 GT and the Audi R8 are basically supercars, but then you have to take them down a peg for being too good in daily situations. I apologize, but I'm not apologizing. This car is mostly linked to the older version in name only. It's a very different philosophy, but there are some connections once you really dive in and start driving it. Forward vision is fantastic. They did a great job mimicking what you would see out of the old car in terms of the view from the A-pillars and side to side as best they could while adhering to modern crash standards. And then the connectedness to the car is another nod to the old NSX. That's one of my favorite cars I've ever driven. They're not fast. They're plenty quick, and you're going to have a really good time on a curvy road in an old NSX. But by modern standards, they're not really that fast. They're just wonderful, joy-providing machines. This does the same thing, except that it is also very fast. I think the top speed is somewhere between 190 and 200 miles per hour. That's plenty. That's enough. This is almost like a thinking man's supercar. Went back to its near supercar status. One of my favorite things to do, honestly, when I'm not on a canyon road, is keep it in sport or quiet and just shuffle through in full silent mode. I love driving this thing in full silent mode because it's this weird dual-natured. It's exposing the weird dual-natured attitude of this vehicle. Of course, it is fun to just grab a gear and go, though. The V6 sounds really good. You have the electric motors working with it to pull you through every corner. The super handling all-wheel drive setup is one of my favorite all-wheel drive setups because it really offers a lot to the enthusiast and the performance-minded driver. Some are just focused on keeping you safe from bad weather. This one is just an absolute blast when it's warm and dry out. NSX entertainment isn't cheap. This one, as stickered with every option thrown at it, is $190-something thousand. That's a ton of money. I think the starting price is closer to $150,000 for one of these. You don't need the carbon ceramics. They don't fade, but they make a little bit of noise. I would personally opt for the steel brakes. I'm a fan of steel brakes. If you're going to track one of these, and be a real hero, you should get the steel brakes anyway. I think you'll find an Acura is saying those that are tracking them are opting for the steel brakes. I think it has to do with running costs, just because you're going to be using up a lot more pads. I could be wrong there, because I would assume you would want the carbons on the track, but it seems like the people tracking it are getting the steels, and I would personally get the steels as well. Steering is direct and feels great. The seats are comfortable. Everything about this car is just, it's really, really good. The NSX is overlooked, and I don't know why, and it really shouldn't be. If you are shopping for vehicles in this segment, the mid-engine near supercar to supercar segment, oh boy, put this on your shopping list. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the NSX. Give it a good old eyeball. It deserves your attention because it is so damn good. And now for 2019, it's just that much better.